maybe it was when Quincy Jones passed away. 50 Cent didn't know that his baby mama was a plaything for Diddy. It ain't like he saw her in the act. He didn't have a clue that she was working for Diddy. The last he heard, Diddy ain't had no meat. He knew Diddy wasn't having sex with his baby mother. He knew for a fact that it wasn't Diddy penetrating her. So what if she was on the beach with him? It ain't like Diddy could do nothing. 50 didn't know. Y'all gotta cut him some slack. 50 Cent says his son is a victim amid the release of the explicit encounter between his baby mother and Diddy. So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. People going too far with these comments. Everybody online saying 50 stupid. He didn't know. One thing he did know is that she satisfied him. She had skills. He don't know where she got the skills from. That's probably the baddest chick he ever been with in his life. And when you compare him to all the other women, well, when you compare her to all the other women that we seen him with, that might just be the case. And it's easy to fall in love and get entangled with somebody when they do a good job at whatever it is that they doing. But he didn't know that Diddy trained her to be the professional that she is. So what, she been with other dudes in the entertainment industry. They only got a select few women to pick from. Whoever's willing to go through the gauntlet of what they have to offer these women, they're usually the women that win the prize. We're about to get into this news, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. Let's get into this, y'all.
Video is currently going. This is something I never thought I would have to say, but the Diddy tapes have been leaked on the internet. Video is currently going viral, and pictures of Diddy himself being screenshotted from the video because he has a small you-know-what. And this video was with 50 Cent's baby mom. 50 Cent has posted about this twice, saying that she is not a victim and saying, can you imagine that their son going to 8th grade to find out that this is your mom basically on this video? And that the court system in LA thinks it's fine. He posted again, free Diddy, he's gone through enough, being that he has no LOL.
What if 50 did know what was going on? What if he knew everything? What if it turned him on that his girl was living that life? You got men like that. In his mind, he probably thought he was putting it down harder than all of them. He imagined Diddy with that little meat putting it down and figured he could do it better. There's men out there like that. They be jockeying for the same chick. And he figured since she looked the way she looked, it wouldn't be nothing to get her pregnant and leave her penniless. And that's the real kick out of all of this. He got a song talking about have a baby by me, be a millionaire, but Diddy's still paying this woman's rent, even though he's in jail. So 50 definitely got a sick, twisted fantasy in his head when it comes to all this stuff. He probably turned on at the fact that the tape leaked. He probably watching it right now with the biggest smile on his face. Let's move on, y'all. Y'all got to see this stuff. Because I've been trying to hold back for a long time, but you got corporate America speaking about this
Secret Service
stuff.
Sam here, and people are saying that 50 Cent has received his first L from Diddy. Why? Because there was a freak-off tape released today with Daphne Joy, who is 50 Cent's baby mama. Now, 50 said, hey, free Diddy, he has gone through enough being born with no schmeeness, if you know what I mean. Because everybody is saying from this video, if you watch it, that it is 3 inches. Let me let that Tootsie roll. Let me let that Tootsie roll. That is what they are saying. Lord, I don't know. There's women in the comments saying, hey, if he knows how to work it, that's enough. I'm not sure about that. Good Lord. And I thought they said, you know, once you go black, you never go back.
Oh, but Diddy about to get paid when he come home. He gonna be the male version of Sarah Bartman. They want to see that thing up front. It's a billionaire out there willing to give him $1 million to drop his drawers. America's scrambling trying to see that tape. His noodle is going viral. How many freaks out there is interested? And when she kissed 50 Cent in his mouth after her freak-off sessions, he probably ain't brushed his teeth for a week. I got a feeling he savored the flavor from his baby mother. As far as their son is concerned, hey, I hate to say this, and I know this gonna sound crazy, and a lot of people not gonna agree with me on this, but it's cool to have a thought mama nowadays. You don't want the lame mom. I'm pretty sure his kids in school showing each other their mother's Instagram pages, and you probably get kudos if your mom is a bad bitch. It's not like back in the day where people wanted their moms to be wholesome and dudes would cover their mothers with their jackets or mom, why you wearing that? Or people don't, it ain't like it used to be. I'm not going to say people don't respect themselves. I'm just going to say times have changed. So he might be the most coolest kid in the school. Once this tape come out, you got kids out here looking up to Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Sexy Red. He got an in-house Sexy Red Cardi B. His mom topping all them thought bitches. He might be proud of his mother right now, especially due to the climate that we in. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily a bad thing. He not gonna cry himself to sleep because his mom got a sex tape. Hell, she about to get to that Kim Kardashian bag. There's money. People talking money now. She gonna be invited to a whole bunch of places. Diddy might not have to pay her bills no more after this. There's plenty of publications out there, a lot of businesses that's interested in working with this woman now that she got a reputation. Y'all thought Superhead book sold a lot of copies. Imagine if this woman write a book or do a documentary about her experience. She could flip the script and be a whole victim. You know Oprah Winfrey gonna be calling. You know Gayle King want to do that interview. This might be the best thing that ever happened to this lady. Unfortunately, I'm just being real about it. Listen at this, y'all.
You all them one men, ain't that the thing? You spin them in the soccer man spin. Yeah, he had your baby mama over there playing foosball with the little boy in there watching a big screen TV.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Who you think was coming out telling him everything gonna be all right? It wasn't his mama. She was in there. She was the ball on the foosball table, so they were kicking her around. That was Diddy, man. So you gotta, nothing else 50. You gotta appreciate Diddy, cause unless he turned the boy into a too. Now if he done turned your boy into a kick it, do exactly what did. Now if that boy ain't no, and all he heard was his mama, oh Lord, and he didn't get to see nothing. You know, man, raise up all Diddy, man. Yeah, raise up all Diddy. But I can't tell him to raise up. If a get my baby mama and do it like that, how he done your baby mama with me holding the hair, I be doing him the same way. So you say to my baby mama like that with me holding the hair. That's why I've been trying, man, why I'm 50 on the boy like that. But I forgot.
And while he had the barbershop talking, his wife, baby mama, or whoever probably doing Lord knows what in a pickup truck somewhere with country music playing in the background. You just never know what been done to you. For all the men out there listening, you have no clue what happened when you thought she was wherever she said she was at. It goes down. And it's not for you to know. Unfortunately for 50 Cent, he know what's going on, but he don't seem too sad about it. And he got too much money and too much information. If he got all that information on Clarissa Shields, and they talking amongst themselves about what Clarissa got going on, so much so to where they aired her out and she had to lie and tell Pap it wasn't like that or whatever the case was. He knows what's going on. It's not too much that he don't know about. We talking about petty ass 50 Cent. He was involved with this woman so to the point to where he got her pregnant. So it's a possibility that he knew exactly what she was into. And it's a possibility that Diddy put him on with the chick. He probably passed her to 50 and he had a slip up or whatever the case is. And now that's his baby's mother. You just never know.
Man, in my fact, she still work for him today, don't she? You might have to make a part two. say, to release all them emotions you hide behind my... I know, listen, a man is a man. You can't act like that, don't bother you. Cause you didn't do this to him when he tried to take you on the shopping trip, Fifth. Come on, Kurt, don't do that, man. Chill, say pull back. Listen, unless he turn your boy into a... Do you see that little boy like it? Because you know it ain't supposed to be exposed to noises or content. Did it do the boy like this here? Is that why you smashing on him? On the strong?
She from a whole nother culture, y'all. Unless 50 Cent crying in Chinese, I doubt if it cut that deep. Now, if it was his first baby mama that did some shit like this, he'll probably do something to go to jail just to get at Diddy and snap his neck. The connection might be a little different. Y'all see how Young Jeezy did his baby mama. As soon as he got full of them egg rolls, he got up and left like he was at a restaurant. Left her and the baby. It hit different from what I'm seeing. Unless he gonna meditate and pray and he gonna have to get Russell Simmons to be his counselor. And come to think about it, he don't give a damn about his baby mama like that. He in a whole nother country somewhere, and his baby mama facing fed time. It hit different. Let's move on, man. Because I'm trying to let y'all know that it's really not that bad. Y'all making a big deal out of it, talking about 50 Cent is stupid, but a lot of y'all men out there, if y'all had the opportunity, y'all would have did it too if you didn't know what she had going on. But 90% of the bad chicks that look like her on IG, they gotta work for whatever it is they trying to have in life, man. And a lot of times they not working at Amazon or at no beauty supply store or at no nursing home or nothing like that. They literally sex workers. That's the reason why they get the work done and do all that stuff, because they have a plan to get that money back instantly. It's an investment to where they know that they're going to get the cash back. But the craziest part about this whole situation is Diddy wasn't really paying nobody. I ain't heard nobody come out and say, Diddy gave me $250,000 to freak off one time. And you figure that's what it would take if you putting your whole life on the line. If Cassie had Mariah Carey type of vocals, she would have never went through with none of the stuff that Diddy put her through. Before you judge people in the sex work industry, you need to check their education level. Now, if they got master degrees and things like that, and they out there sex working, you can't blame them as bad as you could blame somebody that got their shit together. Just because you got degrees and stuff don't mean that you got it like that. The point I'm trying to make is, it's a possibility that this girl was in special ed or something worse before she had her transformation. Just imagine what she could have possibly looked like before she transformed into what she is. Matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick. That lead me to a whole nother investigation, y'all. What's her name? Before she was Daphne Joy, what the hell was she looking like for real? Hold on, let me get this together for y'all. She wasn't bad in Hong Kong, I guarantee that. And if she was, then she a keeper for real. And it's a possibility she was, but we gonna have to find out for sure. Look at this, y'all. Not only was he playing peekaboo with the booty, but he was acting like he was 100 years old, and she was the baddest chick he ever seen in his life. He was on the beach with no shoes on taking pictures, and she's sex working or whatever. What type of fetish did 50 Cent have with this girl? To where he was taking his own personal pictures, to where he got to go to CVS to get it laminated and everything. And do he still have the pictures of her on the beach? He thought he was on Baywatch with this shit. This could have been a childhood fantasy for him. Y'all remember late at night when everything went off, them commercials would come on them call lines, and them girls, they be in the beach or they be in the pool and they be wet, talking about, call this number, daddy. He probably was up watching that shit. And now that he grown and got money, he went out there and got one of them girls in real life. We gonna keep this moving because it's a bunch of stuff I'm about to be touching on. Matter of fact, let's get into this real quick. Y'all listening? Okay, let's go. Come on.
And get this gist is supposedly coming from none other than Gina Hoyne. Word on the streets is that Gina is allegedly snitching on everyone, and Daphne Joy got caught in the drama. There has been a lot of talk about Daphne being one of Diddy's naughty workers, but girl, it was worse than we thought, and we have Gina Hoyne ready to spill all the tea, so let's get into it. Okay, so if we're being honest, it's not surprising that Gina is supposedly spilling this tea about Daphne. Fans have always accused her of being jealous of Diddy's other side pieces, which kind of makes sense when you think about it. She was his OG side piece, and she was messing with him long before he met any of his other side pieces. While we don't know exactly when she and Diddy started their romance, there are reports that she was with Diddy before he got together with Cassie, which means that they've been together for a long time. Unfortunately for her, Diddy doesn't always respect the fact that she was first in line, and he seems to always put his other side pieces first before her, which makes her mad. For example, y'all remember how she and Young Miami used to go at it on social media over Diddy, like the time back in 2022 when Gina posted this picture of Diddy kissing her on the cheek. Miami didn't like this, and she took to Twitter to accuse Gina.
Girls, he ain't got no meat. And he got a whole lot of money. And he will pay for a man to blow your back out. They probably was lined up to get that Diddy check. When they heard what his routine was, it was like a dream come true. Y'all seen Young Miami hop on the bandwagon. And she said she enjoyed them golden showers. And I thought that her relationship was intimate, just her and Diddy, the way they was hugged up and everything, but she was interested in what all the stuff that Diddy brought to the table, the extra men. Now, this is what I want to know, and somebody got to help me understand this. There's male gigolos that's professional gigolos. They in every LA fitness in America. They somewhere getting a protein shake right now with a sweatsuit on tight, a male gigolo for hire that will show up at the right time in the right place for the right bag. They was on Craigslist looking for junkies. Like they ain't had the money to pay a professional. Maybe that was Diddy's get off, to have them demons in there down on their luck, stroking for his pleasure. If that's the case, in which it sounds like, that truly makes him a devil. Because he could have had some clean-cut ex-NBA players that's willing to do anything to get their money right. He could have laid out 10 stacks apiece for the men and hit the women with $50K every freak off. I think the reason why he in jail is because they did the inspection test. That's like them restaurants that be having nasty ass kitchens, and they could easily clean it up, but they don't want to. They want to serve your food nasty. When the inspector come in there and see it got rat shit all over the place, roach droppings, cross contaminating food, and they making millions of dollars and everything, they shut that shit down. If they would have investigated Diddy and saw that the payroll was right, it wouldn't have been no play. And on top of that, people wouldn't have came forward because they would have been too satisfied with the lifestyle they was living. They would have been damned if Diddy went to jail for doing what he was doing, if he was paying people right. Man, it sucks to have a black-owned business or to do business with black people with a business sometimes. Not all the time. Diddy is a prime example of that. He got the money to give. He wants you to do something for him, but he ain't really trying to do nothing for you like that. I would Google if it's escort services that provide men, but I don't want no weird shit to pop up on the internet or whatever. Okay, let's get back into this.
Of chasing clout, saying, "Somebody please give this bee some attention." Gina replied on her Instagram stories, writing, "If anyone's seeking attention, it's you. S*** my D, I don't give an F." Gina also...
Okay, I'm warmed up now. I could do this. I can get into it now. We can dive a little deeper, and that's what I want to do. Diddy might not be able to dive deeper into a damn thing, but tonight we can get into this. Shaniqua Tompkins, mother of 50 Cent's eldest son, alleges rapper beat up Daphne Joy. Shaniqua Thompson, I'm pretty sure his hatred for her is so deep to where anything but this is what he wanted. He did all of this out of spite. See, I don't give a fuck she a hoe, man. Long as she ain't no Shaniqua Thompson, she better be Ling Chang or somebody if I'm gonna put a baby in anybody, man. Her name better be Lucy Liu or something like that. I ain't never no Shaniqua Thompson. Better keep it moving. He got a deep hatred for this woman. And even though she was living the way she was living, he still felt like she was an upgrade and she was better than this chick right here. And for the fellas out there watching, if you had to choose, Shaniqua probably dealt with some D-boys back in the day or whatever. Her man probably work at Macy's right now. But this one, you know her reputation, you know everything. Put it like this. We're going to make this make sense or we're going to move on. Would you rather have, I ain't going to call her a Honda. Would you have a Hyundai with 30,000 miles? I ain't going to say it's mediocre. Would you rather have a Hyundai with 30,000 miles or a Lamborghini with 180,000 miles on it with a warranty? Which one you pulling up to the mall in? Which one you pulling up to the club in? Would you take that chance with that Hyundai? Me personally, I take the Hyundai with the 30,000 miles on it. You put regular gas in it. It take you wherever you want to go. Because that Lambo, you probably get to ride that thing for a couple of months tops and it's going to shit on you. Then you got to think about all the ballers that done had that Lambo before you got it. You can still smell a funk on it. But hey, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. Shaniqua Tompkins, mother of 50 Cent's eldest son, alleges rapper beat up Daphne Joy. She probably don't have no proof. She probably do. Amid Shawn Diddy Combs' ongoing sex trafficking trial, 50 Cent's relentless commentary about court proceedings and testimonies has drummed up controversy about himself. Shaniqua Tompkins, the mother of Fifth's eldest son, Marquise Jackson, recently alleged the rapper has beat up Daphne Joy and also shared details about a domestic violence case that was being built up against him. The fuck you mean you fucking did it, bitch? Oh, to beat your mother. You playing with the wrong one. What you mean you fucking Diddy? He probably thought that she was just with Diddy when the news first came out, because that's what we all thought. We thought it was just her and Diddy had an intimate relationship. But now that all this other stuff came out, he's trying to figure out what he's going to tell his son in this situation. And that's the saddest part about all of this. Somebody said seeing Diddy butt-ass naked is on my timeline is not what I expected on this blessed Sunday. 50 Cent ain't going like this. People online talking like she did something personal to 50. He said, funny how the loudest and most controlling dudes often turn out to be the most insecure where it actually counts. It's like they overcompensate with power, money, and ego because deep down they know they can't compete on basic manhood. Some things in life are just predictable. Diddy got kids, y'all. Diddy got a whole family. He got damn near a village. Diddy was getting it in. Y'all make it seem like this man never had sex before or he wasn't able to get it up. That Beijing had people fooled. I'm going to give y'all a prime example. Hold on. Look at this, y'all. Y'all need to see this. Hold up. Put the music on. Y'all need to see this. I'm going to give y'all a prime example of what I'm talking about. Look at this, y'all. Before Ray J got knocked out, you would have thought he was still 35. It wasn't until you seen the hit when you seen the fist hit his face, that's when his real age started to show. He started looking like Robin Harris as soon as he got knocked out. But with that Beijing and a clean lineup, you will have no idea how old these people really are. When he took off his shirt, he looked like he was a 70-year-old man in the ring. Now people looking to see how old is Ray J for real. So with Diddy, people didn't realize how old he really was because he was able to keep himself up real good. He paid people to rejuvenate him every time he leave the house. Look at this. Y'all can't. Okay. Look, people had no idea that he was really Uncle Ben. People were showing up to his parties. If he was looking like this, nobody would have showed up to his party. Not looking like that. Unless Morgan Freeman was the doorman or something. That's the only way Hollywood would have showed up for the man. Now that he in jail and they can't do all that stuff to him, that man ain't hitting on shit, y'all. He can't. That meat gave out like 30 years ago. No Diddy pause, even though we talking about Diddy, it might not be that bad if he could get it up. But when you can't, anybody's going to be 3 inches or less. You sitting there watching the video right now with 2 inches. Unless something exciting happened. And then, that's between you and whoever you dealing with. He was too busy running around the room like a demon to get stimulated. And this is another point I want to make since we talking about it. Ever since people had phones, matter of fact, before people had phones, people got freak off Polaroid pictures. If you could capture something and keep it, ain't no telling what people got in photo albums, locked in their closet, under their beds. It's plenty of people making freak tapes, did a freak tapes. A lot of y'all was getting it from behind not knowing that you was being recorded. They sending the video to their homeboys right now with them cheeks clapping, and you ain't even have a clue, and they laughing about it. People make freak tapes. Y'all act like the porn industry don't exist. Like they don't be on them videos doing all types of wild things. You synced it. So what's so bizarre about Diddy making a homemade video when your auntie and your uncle got a dresser full of them things? You put in that damn Scooby-Doo cassette tape and they running, no, don't play that. Right when fucking Beauty and the Beast go off, that's when your ugly ass aunt and your uncle come on. People been making freak tapes for a long time. So what Diddy was making the freaky tape? Everybody was grown. They still ain't saying nothing about no children in the situation. And if Daphne Joy was in the tape and she was enjoying her, so she kept coming back, then she was having the time of her life. Now the question is, what did 50 Cent put her up to? I hope y'all not believing that her relationship was 50 was all flowers and roses and candy and it was a normal heterosexual relationship. Ain't no telling what she had to do to get 50 y'all. I need you to take this right here. You know where to put it. Don't ask no questions. I'm going to lay on my back. You better do your job. I heard what you did for Diddy. As soon as he get her alone. So you mean to tell me you too tired to please me after you was in the room with 5, 6 niggas but Diddy? You better pull them drawers off. 50 had demands. So while hell, it sounded like it was an easier job working for Diddy than it was dealing with 50. Diddy wasn't all that bad. You figure if her situation was gravy with 50, she would have no need for Diddy. He really did her dirty. They need to investigate what the hell he had her up to. He probably got her pregnant just to keep her from telling some of the stuff he was into. We gonna get back to that later. We gonna move on a little bit because I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to get Eminem involved. Eminem and 50 Cent in the room with that Zap band playing just like Candy. Who knows? Y'all heard the stories about Dr. Dre. And when 50 came around, Dr. Dre got real buff on him. Y'all remember that? Look at this, man. We gonna make it make sense tonight. Make it make a little bit of sense. Turn it off. Y'all listening? Here we go. Remember when Dr. Dre lifted his shirt up and showed his boobie when In the Club went platinum? What was that all about? He had extra titty meat, but he wanted somebody to see that. They tried to say that his wife was a man or whatever the case was before he signed 50 Cent. He got real buff on him when 50 came around. They could have been workout buddies. We don't know what was going on over there. People thought Eminem was Ellen DeGenerate when Dr. Dre started getting real buff like that. So what they had going on behind the scenes? Busta Rhymes was over there. Look at this, y'all. The rumor is the reason why Busta Rhymes ain't drop an album on Aftermath is because Dr. Dre wanted him to change his name to Busta Butts. And he wasn't feeling that like that. And they've been rocking for a long time. When Busta Rhymes had the Whoopi Goldberg braids, that's how far back they go. Or whatever. But we're going to keep this about 50 Cent. People say Spliff Star. Let's do this real quick, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this up here. They've been saying for years that Spliff Star was Busta's boyfriend or whatever. I don't believe no. That's the reason why I'm laughing. Because there's rumors about they'll show up dressing alike at events. When girls try to get in the VIP, Spliff Star have an attitude. Big homie CC said a whole bunch of stuff about these celebrities. And my thing is, why was he around all them people if, that's how they was getting down? They was rocking the mic together, literally. But it is what it is. We're going to get back to this. Hold on, listen to this, y'all.
Him and Diddy got in a fist fight over a certain guy. I'll say that. I'm ready to drop a bombshell, though. Cause, man, niggas is hoes. Ain't nobody finna do shit to me on phone number. I just forget this last name. Hey, Ro. You know this dude right here? His father is a big music person. I forget this nigga's name. I forget his father's name. But his daddy told me to my face I was with Maverick and Devon. Hold on. I'm finna get the name because I'm trying to get Cam to give me a nice bonus right now. Cause
Hold on, y'all.
I'm trying to get an exclusive deal with you, Cam, because I just had to curse out 607 cameraman. And like, I did pull guns on Unc and all this type of shit because like, they don't really have their etiquette right, bro. Hold on.
I'm hearing that working with 607 Unc.
My real estate agent got in the crib with no credit check. You see what I'm saying? But like, working. You feel me? Oh, then him and Rose. Was he not threatening to kill you before? Yeah. So like, shit like that going on, and it's causing issues. You feel me? So like, 3,000 up front. Once you recoup, give me my.
I do apologize, y'all. I'm trying to get him to get to the point. But when you trolling, you gotta egg it on like that. And a lot of people, hey, I ain't got nothing against big homie CC. But if you work in security for them type of clubs, then they gotta feel comfortable with you. If you in that type of environment and they bring you on board, then you gotta be with everything they got going on. They not gonna bring you in there and you hostile towards their activities. They gotta know that you all right with it. The stories he telling that he seen, I'm trying to get to the part to where he said he saw Diddy and Busta Rhymes with some men or whatever the case. So if they was comfortable enough in front of him to do these things allegedly, then hell, his temperature had to be nice and sweet for them to be doing what he alleging that they did. Y'all got to keep in mind, a lot of this stuff is sensationalized for the internet and for entertainment, for clicks and views or whatever. But it's really not that deep what these people got going on, because in society, you will be amazed about what's happening with the staff at Wendy's. Restaurants that you frequent often. Ain't no telling what's going on with the manager and the sous chef. Who gives a damn, really? But if they was famous or if they made the news, everybody would be interested in it. Ain't no telling what somebody had to do to become the manager at Home Depot. You go up in the Home Depot, it's some thick chick walking all around the store with a vest on, but she ain't doing no work. Ain't no telling how she probably worked real hard to get that position, or who knows? You would be amazed at what happens, or situations with people, baby mamas. If you told your story, if people gave a damn enough to listen to your story, you would probably make more head waves than Diddy if you had a little fame attached to you. There's plenty of people out there right now writing books because they thinking to themselves, hell, I need to be famous due to all this BS I done been through. So as far as 50 Cent baby mama freaking off with Diddy, what 50 had her doing? Matter of fact, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna do my own research, do my own investigations, because the internet ain't gonna tell the full truth. People too busy trying to entertain themselves and stuff. This is what we gonna do, man. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go. Come on.
So they're saying that one of Diddy's freak-off tapes has surfaced on the internet.
Oh, my bad, y'all. Hold up. Okay, come on.
Internet right now. And the crazy thing about it, Diddy wasn't even a main character. They said it was starring 50 Cent's baby mama and some random dude. Some random dude was going at her. And this is my thing, you know. Obviously, Diddy deserves some shame, possibly for some of the things he did in that Cassie case. But the crazy thing about it that I always think when these celebrity tapes come out is everybody comes out and they body shame the man. Body shame the man. Come out, hey, bro, look at that. All that, that's small. He ain't packing nothing but 8 or whatnot. Or I don't even know. And then all the men are in there looking at the women, and the women looking at the women saying, oh my gosh, she didn't do no performance. That's lazy. That's boring. And I always find myself thinking, who are these horses that you women are interacting with? And who are these actresses that you fellas are interacting with that's doing all these gymnast moves in the bedroom? Who's doing all this craziness?
Man, hopefully he get the job. Hopefully he get it, man. Because he on his way down there. They done looked over the application. Don't called him in. Hopefully he make it the orientation with this shit. And that's the point I'm trying to make. You got people out here, they'll pull something out their ass in hopes that it go viral or get some attention, get a buzz going. They'll make up their own damn story. And if people like they rap and enough people hit that like, then the sky's the limit. You got people on their smoke break right now in the back of the grocery store, diddying it up. What they take on what's happening with 50 Cent's baby mama. Hoping that it get a click here, a click there, a click there, a click here, a click there, and before you know it, they on. I seen somebody grandmother sitting outside the nursing home where the bus stop was at, and she was just yelling at the phone, yelling at the phone. When I got close, oh, 50 Cent baby mama ain't nothing but a skeezer, a scallywag. Yes, she's a hoochie mama. She's a hoochie. Yes, and Diddy ain't working with nothing. He ain't working with nothing. Diddy got a shrimp. Diddy. She was diddying it up outside the nursing home with a thermometer in her mouth. Everybody's doing it. You can't take people's word for nothing. Everybody in this situation is innocent as far as I'm concerned. 50 Cent baby mama innocent. She ain't did nothing out of the ordinary. Again, 50 Cent innocent because you would have clapped them cheeks too, regardless of what she had going on. Diddy innocent because he had enough dummies willing to do whatever he wanted them to do, and they all grown. Hey, this is a prime example. You walking down the street, you drop your wallet. It's another man, he walking down the street. You tell him, pick that up. And he reached down, pick up your wallet and hand it to you. If that's what he decided to do, if you give somebody instructions and they follow your instructions, that's on them when they grown. You could ask your kids to get you a glass of water, and you figure, hell, that's an obligation. They're gonna change my diapers, bought my school clothes, bought the food. I ain't buying nothing up in this motherfucker. I'm gonna get them a glass of water. But if you in somebody else's house and you tell them to get you a glass of water, just like that, and they do it, then that's on. Maybe that's their hospitality or whatever the case is. But that might not fly. That might not fly in somebody else's household. They might hit you with we ain't got no damn water. Get your own water. You can ask better than that if you want. You better act right. They might give you the whole fifth degree, depending on who you dealing with. I'm pretty sure celebrities test it out all the time to see how much they can get away with people. They'll push the limit until you push back, and you probably don't have to worry about them ever again once you push back. They might boot you out their entourage, but if they ever see you again, they gonna respect the fact that you just can't be walked over. You might get a promotion or something. They probably really want to do business with you. They probably looking to test people, to test your integrity and see what you with and what you not with. This girl, she was with a little bit of everything. Look at this show.
Daphne Joy has decided to release a statement after somebody has leaked a video featuring her, Shawn Combs, and whomever was participating in that particular hotel night. This is a relationship that she really cannot put behind her. Now, in regards to Daphne Joy, we all know at this point that Daphne Joy is the Jane Doe that testified at the trial against Shawn Combs. Now, her full statement is up on the screen, you guys, and it's very lengthy. However, there's a lot of great information in there. She talks about playing the fool. One of the most important things that stood out to me in this statement is, one, this is part of a larger blackmail scheme that was attempted some time ago. Take a look at that in paragraph number 3. But I do want to call out the beginning piece of it where she talked about wanting to make Diddy happy with what...
I'm going to do it myself, y'all. I'm going to quit being lazy and get into this thing all the way. I'm going to just... When people seen it, they said, hell no, I ain't reading all that. If it ain't the sex tape, I don't even want to look at it. She left them big ass paragraphs and stuff. people said to themselves, it ain't worth all that reading or whatever. And I don't blame people. When I seen it, I said, I ain't reading all that. But, I want to get a clear understanding of where her psyche was at when she was going through all this stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and take the time and, oh my God, what the hell going on with this? Take the time and read it so we can try to reason with this woman or whatever. So let's see what she talking about. Oh man, y'all ready? Y'all gonna help me with this? Cause it's real small and everything. This is like work. But hell, I am doing a live stream or whatever. So let's get into it. She said, everybody plays the fool sometimes. Maybe Diddy had her in there listening to old school when she was freaking off. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. And I have been the biggest fool. I just wanted my man at the time to be happy and satisfied. I wanted to fulfill all of his desires, even if that meant breaking my own boundaries. I deeply loved him and I believed he loved me too. Damn, she dead serious with this, man. Let's marinate on this for a second. Diddy was a smooth talker. He convinced her. She probably had special education coming up. She probably just learned English a couple of years ago or whatever. I love you probably means something else where she come from. She probably agreed because she saw that sword tattooed on his neck. Like, yes, we don't know. She really, maybe that her, where she from or how she do or how she was raised, love hit different. Every time the wind blows, I smell his cologne. He probably hear her with a Jedi, some type of, he must have said something that resonated with her. The way his house was set up, he probably had it looking like feng shui in there. And it reminded her of a time when she was a child or something like that. Because she say that she was in love with him. Deeply loved him. And believed he loved me too. She said, it's still so painful for me to process the harsh reality and truth of this relationship. But as time passes, and then my quiet moments, I realized that it was far from love. So when she was getting banged out by them dudes, she was looking at Diddy. I love you, Diddy, I love you. And his freak ass talking, I love you too, I love you. He probably was kissing her crying while old boy was handling his business. Just think it's me, think of me, think of me, think of me. That's a sad predicament to be in. But she said as time passed, she realized that it wasn't love at all. She must have been sore for a long ass time for her to realize that it wasn't love. She said the recent leak was a tape I never consented to being filmed on. I was blackmailed by the person in the video and was threatened that if I didn't give him a lump sum of money, that they would leak it on the web. I almost gave in to this demand, and once I didn't, this person eventually sold this tape to a giant media outlet. The media outlet called me one day and said they had the tape and asked if I had any comment before the release. It was the first time I ever fainted in my life. Oh, goddamn, she hit the floor. Oh. Oh my God, she fainted with the phone in her hand. Damn, y'all. Damn, man. When she got the news, she hit the floor. She couldn't take it. her worst nightmare came true. That's why you ain't got no business doing stuff that you're not proud of doing. And that's what because it will come out. What's in the dark will come to the light. If you live in file, you could get away with it for years. It's people out there been on the America's Most Wanted list for decades, and they all eventually they wind up getting caught. If you any type of a weirdo or a freak, or you got a fetish that you're not too proud of, start being proud of it. If you ashamed of doing something, you better figure out a way to be proud of whatever it is. And shout out to the people that's living their truth, regardless of what it is, for being honest. And like they say, the truth will set you free. That's true, man. She should have let everybody know she was freaking off. She should have got with Amber Rose. She should have been at them damn slut walks back in the day. That was an opportunity for people to really, come on out with it. That way it wouldn't be no shock factor when it all hit the fan. What that part was at? She said, I almost gave in. She said that was the first time she ever fainted in her life. Once the media company understood the tape they purchased was revenge porn and an extortion scheme, they backed off from broadcasting it. I know they are probably reading this, and I want to thank you for doing the right thing, even though years later it comes back to haunt me again. People gonna I think it's already out there, ain't it? It's no way they could hold it back at this point. But you never know. With this long ass post, you don't really have to do all that explaining. Cause this is just like showing people the tape. With this big paragraph like this, I'm starting to think maybe, she wanted the leak to happen. She said, it took me all day to find the courage to rewatch my abuse. Having to watch this tape was triggering and painful because she was reminiscing on that. Because if you don't want to see, nobody put a gun to her head and made her watch that tape. She wanted to see it again. She probably bored out of her mind, wishing that it was a Diddy out there that's willing to run that shit back. She sat and watched the tape, even though she fainted when she heard that they had the tape. It took me all day to find the courage. Not all week, all month. As soon as she got the tape, she thought about it for a little bit and popped that joint in and watched it. Having to watch this tape was triggering and painful because only I knew the inner turmoil and pressure I felt in those moments. I was not and was never in my right mind throughout the entirety of that relationship. Seeing myself so lost and excruciating, I just want to hold that girl in that room and get her out of there and tell her that wasn't love and she didn't need to do this for love. My heart is breaking as I type this. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about it. All right, here we go. Look. This was a time in history to where it was popping to be a thought. Nicki Minaj, when you think of her name alone let you know what she was promoting at that time. She was the biggest female rap star. If you wanted to be like any chick, it had to be Nicki. She's the reason for the BBL boomers or whatever the case. She's the epitome of thought culture. So during that time, they was all freaking off. Or if you wasn't, you was just lame. People would go all out just not to be lame. And that's men and women. It's a lot of dudes sitting in jail due to that era because they ain't want to be perceived as a lame. So while men was blowing each other brains out, women's was getting their backs blown out, having menages or whatever the case. And this was going on before Nicki Minaj, but I mean, Lil' Kim popularized it, but she wasn't working with nothing like that. So it was kind of comical. She had a real pretty face back then, but we could care less if them flapjaps was clapping or not. But everybody wanted to see Nicki's buns. And the fantasy got so ingrained into people's minds. People wanted to see Nicki in action. And since you couldn't find that nowhere, people went out there and turned themselves into Nicki and went out there and found some action. Her fans always wondered if she was really nasty like that. Who knows? They internalized Nicki Minaj and went out there and made it happen for themselves. Amber Rose, she was a major thought back then. And we heard about the people she was involved with and all that type of stuff. So for Cassie to be linked up with these girls, birds of a feather flock together. I can't say that Nicki Minaj was menaging with anybody, but if I had to go off of her name, the answer would be yes. So back then, I can't imagine there being any guilt for doing what they was doing. When you get older, you have regrets. It's people out there that had kids, regret having kids. But in the moment, they didn't regret not using no protection. They was too busy biting their bottom lip, having the time of their life. It's consequences for the things you do, but in the moment, they wasn't fair. She making it seem like she didn't want to do what she was doing as a grown-ass woman. Like it wasn't a million other women to take her spot. But we here now, and she's a woman and I'm a man, so I'm gonna just take her word for it and respect her words. But thinking out loud, it sounds like some BS to me. But I would never know because I never walked a mile in her shoes. So, like I said, I'm gonna give her the utmost respect. She said, I wish so many things were different, but I can't take back the hands of time. I can only continue to move forward and slowly learn to love and trust myself again. Damn, that's cold-blooded. If she don't love herself, do she got the love to give to her child? Damn, that's fucked up. Rick Ross said he took 50 Cent's son fishing while she was in the house with Diddy. He felt bad for the little man. Huh, your mom's in there working. Don't worry, little man. I take you fishing, Bruce Leroy. Like, yeah, this little nigga caught the fish and ate it raw. Nigga made sushi on the boat. They was talking about 50 Cent real bad. His son out there, he said he was out there sitting on the stoop looking miserable while his mom was in there with, and this ain't no laughing matter or whatever, but Rick Ross had mercy on the boy. Huh? Let's go fishing. Get away from here. You smell that? Man, we might as well go fishing around here, man. You smell that? Oh, it gotta be some basses around here unless the boss's nose is playing tricks on them. You must used to fish being around your mama and everything. Ross could have went in there and got him a little piece. But he figured, I ain't gonna do Bruce Leroy like that. And took that little man fishing. She said, I wish things were different, but I can't take back the hands of time. She old now. She croning while she crying. She said, I can only continue to move forward and slowly learn to love and trust myself again. Did she ever love and trust herself in the first place? Because if she did, she would have never found herself in this predicament. I want to love and protect myself so much that I'll never come across such a harmful environment again. Well, move out that house that Diddy's still paying the rent in. Start all over. Go to a homeless shelter. Put 50 on child support. That'd be but he probably got it. Listen, y'all. Y'all think that Diddy the devil, he could have possibly been her savior. Cause how come she ain't getting child support checks from 50? How come he not paying her bills? How come she gotta rely on Diddy and she got a whole baby with 50 Cent? What type of blackmail he got on her? Like, I got all your report cards, bitch. Been in special ed ever since kindergarten. Once they find out how slow your ass is, they ain't gonna believe you in the courtrooms. It's no telling what 50 got going on with this lady to where, hold on, to where she act like she too scared to ask him for some money. What is his deal? Hold on, let me get into this. Okay, let's do this. Since we reading this stuff, let's continue to read a little bit. Who is 50 Cent's ex, Daphne Joy? What to know about the model or whatever. Daphne Joy, whose real name is Daphne Navarez or whatever, is a model, actress, and entrepreneur who shares a child with her ex-boyfriend 50 Cent. Entrepreneur in what? Okay, Suki Hana 2.0. An entrepreneur where? You figure if she had some business about herself, she wouldn't need to do nothing for none of these dudes. But she said she was in love with Diddy, and that's the reason why she did what she did. They dated from 2011 to 2012, but has remained in each other's lives because of their son, who was born September 2000. So he got her pregnant as soon as he met her. He said, uh-oh. Hey, Diddy, we got a problem, man. You know that bitch you sent over here, man? Yeah, we got a problem, Diddy. He probably was expecting her to get an abortion or whatever, because ain't no way he was with it. He fucked up bad. Them other dudes used protection. 50, he went all out that night. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. That whole song is a damn lie. His whole career could be fabricated. None of them lyrics was true. You can't take his word for nothing neither. Have a baby by me, be a millionaire. This woman's struggling for nuts. And I ain't talking about the kind that grow on trees. Over the years, Nevers and Jackson have had their ups and downs. In March 2024, Jackson filed for sole custody of Sayer after she was named as a sex worker in a lawsuit against. Now he want to be a dad. Like, I'm going to save you, man. I know your mom, she nasty. Don't drink out them cups. Put that spoon down, boy. He bring over plastic plates, plastic cups. I got you, little soldier. Like, don't eat off that fork, man. Like, you see this? What's this shit on his lip? He ain't bite his lip. What the hell is this on his lip, man? Defamation. He dropped a lawsuit in 2024 in the midst of her complicated relationship with Jackson and his lawsuit. She continued working and sharing life updates on Instagram. When they say working, what type of work they talking about? Healing looks different for everyone. Some laugh, some cry, some dive right back into the sex work. As long as you go through it and grow through it, continue to move forward and remember that there are always brighter days ahead, she captioned in the video. It be the ones that look just like that. Got the lowest self-esteem, and I just don't understand it. When you tell them they beautiful, they don't see that. They see all them freak-offs that they've been doing that they done did. No matter how much you compliment them, they think about them boys on Craigslist and how they came over, ain't even shower. They show up with basketball shorts on. He take off his damn shorts, and Diddy opening up the window like he ain't gonna tell that man to go take a shower. She worked as an actress and model before founding her own swimwear line. Shit, her swimwear must give you all different types of unnecessary wedgies, yeast infections and things. She must use the cheapest material on her swimwear. She gonna have to step it up, man. Rihanna need to put her on the Fenty line or whatever, cause it can't be selling. What if she a crackhead? Remember when Diddy said that she's the crack pipe, and people thought it was because what if Diddy was on dope? He did come up in that era, and when you think about it, all of his artists look like they was on crack. He could have smoked them out before they signed their contracts. Diddy was a weed head during the time when people were smoking woos or whatever, so he probably mixed a little something extra in his blunts. What if Diddy was on crack, and that's why his meat shriveled up like that? He probably was on crack and steroids. What if and it's all alleged, because I don't know this woman, I don't want to put nothing out there, so just hypothetically speaking, what if Cassie was on crack? Because the way they was looking in that hallway when she had that hoodie on and he came out there with that towel on, you can't tell me that wasn't no crackhead. Smoking pink rocks. I can't unsee it now. She probably was freebasing with Diddy back then. Because her whole story, it sounds like she probably need to go to rehab or something. Either way, it's sad. You know, all we could do is guess and speculate or whatever. And I really hope that she get the healing that she asking for, because there's plenty of people out there that do things that they regret. And people definitely do things for love. And don't say you never did it. You don't play the shit out of yourself in the name of love. You don't took penitentiary chances. It's people sitting behind bars right now because they did something out of love. And you know you stupid for doing what you doing or whatever, but you know, sometimes people take a chance on love or whatever the case. So I can't say that she making it all up, because we all done did it. And if you ain't never did it, then you just ain't you ain't got no humanity in you. So I'm praying for her. I'm praying for the kid too. 50 Cent, he going through it right now. This just a chick that we know about when it comes to 50. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he done dealt with plenty of skanks in the entertainment industry. He probably still dealing with all different types of whores. And that's his own personal business. It's just so happened that people had it in for Diddy. That's the only reason why this stuff is public. Because Diddy messed up bad. They had it in for him. And not only did he take a hit, but the people around him took a hit just for the sake, you know, just so they can get at Diddy in the situation. Hey, I want to listen at something real quick, and I want y'all to listen at it too. Without further ado, let's get into this, y'all. Okay, come on.
Questionable, weak people that they see his character. He shows his character all day and night on his Instagram, and they believe what he happens to say about someone just because you like some of his songs and you feel like he's successful. I don't understand it.
Do you is there any financial gain from 50 Cent at this point, from him to you?
No,
Because people may say you still want money. There was a
no,
viral clip about Marquise with child support at 27.
which
Can,
is
can we can we touch on that real quick?
all lies. He paid child support. My child support declaration was until Marquise was 21. He hasn't paid child support in like 8 years.
So the video with him saying about paying the money, what was it? The choke, no joke, I think something like that. The video, the guy that did the interview with Marquise, that was the old video basically.
Say that again. Could you repeat that, please?
Got a little background noise. I said that. Remember the video?
Drug dealer that he tries to claim to be. First of all, he never was a big drug dealer. He was always a corner boy. Let's get that straight.
Hold
Let
on,
anybody from Jamaica, Queens,
wait a
if
minute,
a
y'all. Come on.
female say, I can say what made me sick. And
But that's a better question. I'm just because we're talking to the
yeah,
600 people, so I just want because a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the money, it's the money, it's the money,"
oh, but he
but
didn't have any money then. Like
well, that's what I was going
I
to
was
get to
taking
at
care
that
of
point, right?
him. He didn't have any money then. He didn't. That I was pregnant with Marquise in '96. He didn't become 50 Cent until um 2003. 2003, yeah, 2003. I think Give Us a Try came out in 2003, 2003. So he didn't have any money. He wasn't this big drug dealer that he tries to claim to be. First of all, he never was a big drug dealer. He was always a corner boy. Let's get that straight. Like anybody from Jamaica, Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens, Boo was known for his hands, and he was a corner boy. He may have like little yales and that under him, but he was always a corner boy. He was no big time drug dealer, and he wasn't that. Not discredit him, but I just say he was known for fighting. He was good with his hands, but he was never no big time drug dealer. He had a nice when I got with him. He had a Land Cruiser, then he got the big Benz, and I guess maybe that gave the facade that he was this big time guy. But everybody from the neighborhood used to look like you talking to him, like he wasn't that guy. Well, he was not.
Right. So some of the things that the chat wants to know is how many times did he get shot? Some say 5, 9.
Damn, man. Damn, 50. Damn, man. It don't happen to him again. Hey, by the sounds of it, his first situation wasn't all that great neither. Because she talking about him like she only started dealing with him when he stepped his whip game up. She said, I started messing with him when he got the Land Cruiser, but besides that, so just because he was riding clean, that's when she started to come around. Before that, she was monitoring his progress or whatever. So when he really made it big, he figured, hell, I might as well just go ahead and upgrade. But he downgraded. What if that's life? Your biggest upgrades could possibly be your biggest downgrades. Just because you're looking at it from a physical perspective. You think you don't came up because you got something that looked like something, but and she looked like something in my opinion. I ain't trying to play her or nothing, but I'm just trying to think where 50 head was at when he got involved with this woman and put a baby in her on top of that. It had to be out of spite. That's why it's important if you're dealing with somebody, you got to understand that we're all broken one way or another, but you need to be trying to figure out how broken is the person that you're dealing with. But the only way you're going to be able to do that if you come to terms and grips with how broken you are as a person. And at least be in the process of trying to fix what you got going on. 50 got shot 9 times. He probably needed more therapy or whatever the case is. Ain't no telling how his pains be acting up when he ain't feeling good. Unless he really ain't get shot all them damn times. We don't know the full story. But I made this video to let y'all know. Don't go too hard on 50. Don't go too hard on his baby moms. Don't go too hard on his kids. Because people do stuff all the time. And I don't really think nobody did anything wrong in this situation. Grown people with money doing what grown people with money do, especially in hip hop culture. Matter of fact, before I go, I want to leave y'all with this real quick. So I can conclude this video and move on to the next one. Look. See what I got. Okay, here we go. Y'all listening? We're about to get into it. Okay, look. Let's do this. Come on.
Stand up. There is a Sunday tends to go on. Be okay with who this person is and what he's done, and you kind of just have to ask yourself.
Hold on, let me get this together all the way, because I don't want to get no copyright strike or nothing like that. This is fair use. I'm doing commentary on this, so it should be all good. Okay, y'all listening? Because I got to make this official for y'all. Okay, come on.
Am I okay with this? The expectations of the guests are pretty much whatever they ask for, we can deliver to them. As the day tends to go on and more alcohol that gets consumed, their expectations go up and our ability to deliver goes down. Sexual harassment definitely does go on in the industry. You do hear quite a few stories which make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. There is a sexual element to the job 100%. It's a very superficial industry that a lot of boats will only hire on the way you look and what waist size you are, what chest size you are, etc. I think they can forget that you're here for work, you're not here to be violated in any way.
He said that the wealthy, rich people, when they have yacht parties, when they hire people, you got to be right. If them cheeks ain't right, you ain't going to get the job. If your breast ain't right, if you ain't never worked at Hooters or nothing like that, if you not the type that's into what they into, if you ain't showing up to work, the hell with being a chef or a waitress or whatever, you're going to have to do some extra work on top of that. If you're not clappable, they don't want you there. This is the standard. So what Diddy had going on, his shit was cheap. He wasn't on no $1 million yacht. He had some cheap bums from Craigslist. One bad chick, babe. It don't get no cheaper than baby oil, especially back then, before the tariffs and shit. You can get some baby oil for $1. Y'all heard Jamie Foxx? Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this before we go too. Look, hold on, no, get this together. Okay, listen.
I would hang out and watch him throw parties. I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million. I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400. That will rival this party. And he got pissed at me. He said, yo, nobody on Playboy, don't play with me. I said, no, I'm not. I respect you. But in LA, I'm known for throwing like these cool little parties. So he called like Saturday morning, yo, Playboy, I'm in town, make it happen. I said, cool. So I went into my little phones, called about 200 of the coolest people. Puff showed up with, SUVs and FBI. It was just, it's crazy. And, because it was, Puff was always sort of dangerous. And he looked, he said, oh, that's the girl on that show, and that's the guy on that show. And I said, yeah, we're all friends. We all hang out. He said, oh, man. And I said, yeah, but Puff, look over there on the dinner table. I got Kentucky Fried Chicken. I put it in a nice plate. I said, I got Coca-Cola. I put it in a pitcher. We're at $208, and we are killing it right now. I would hang out and watch him throw parties.
Wait. So you can blame Jamie Foxx for this BS. Paying people $200 to freak off. And no protection. He too cheap to buy condoms. A bag of Lay's potato chips open, didn't even put it on the plate. Jamie Foxx showed him how to freak off on a budget. Jamie might be the reason why Diddy was so damn tacky. Imagine how he felt when he showed up to the party and you got celebrities huddling over Kentucky Fried Chicken and they all ready to freak off. That probably was the last day he dropped a bag on anything or anybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's Negro here, no there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. So much love for y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel too. Everything I said is allegations, speculations. I don't know none of these people. I'm just reporting and reacting to what they talking about on the internet. And I want to say this once again. If this woman's suffering in any type of way, hopefully she get the help that she need. Or I just want her to know that she not doing nothing. She ain't do nothing no worse than anybody else is out there doing, especially when it's time to pay them bills. People got car notes. People go catching hell right now financially. So you don't know what people doing behind closed doors just to make ends meet. So if she kicking herself in the ass or whatever, she need to be kicking somebody else in their ass. Because people doing way worse. People say, oh, 50 stupid, his baby mama slept. You don't know what your baby mama done did. There's men out there, you don't know what your kids got to listen to in the next room. There's people out there, they not even closing the door when they doing whatever they doing in their household. Your baby mama walking around butt ass naked, wishing somebody would say something in her house. She taking your child support checks and buying other dudes sneakers and weeds and beers and for the weekend. Your baby mama took your child support check, got an outfit, got dressed up real nice just to impress some other man. And y'all talking about what 50 Cent baby mama was doing. Hey, she ain't, as far as I'm concerned, she ain't did nothing wrong. 50 ain't do nothing wrong. And since everybody was grown, I know this ain't the popular opinion, but Diddy ain't do nothing wrong. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man.